Seeing young Huishan greet him so politely, Shicheng suddenly felt somewhat inferior. He then introduced himself, saying his name was Shicheng. Young Huishan asked if he was from the Wolf clan. Shicheng replied that he wasn't. He was from the Canine clan. Hearing this, young Huishan's expression immediately turned negative. As expected, a dog. Recently, Yun Yi Young always brought the little dog with him. Shicheng immediately felt offended. Here it came again, the nauseating pure-blooded wolf attitude. Yang Huisan asked if he was okay with it. Shicheng frowned. "What are you talking about?" Yang Huisan explained that Yun Yi Young had come to administer pheromone inhibitors, which looked dangerous. Shicheng asked why he said that. Yang Huisan replied that it depended on the relationship between the two of them. "So, what is your relationship?" Shicheng, with a serious expression, answered. "We sleep together." Yang Huichen froze upon hearing that. Shicheng himself was stunned internally. Why did I answer like that? Yet he maintained a calm expression on the outside. Yang Huichen looked unconvinced. "Interesting. If that were truly your relationship, Yun Yi Young wouldn't have gone into the isolation room." Shicheng knew. He was saying that just to provoke him. But Yang Huichen didn't stop. He continued, "He's changed. Before, no matter what, he wouldn't sleep with me. But he's willing to do it even with his own kind, the cannibal wolves. You don't mind?" Shicheng didn't even want to respond. Yang Huichen was relentless. "You're still very young. I can give you a chance to run away." Seeing Shicheng ignore him completely, Yang Huichen was furious. Shicheng knew that Yun Yi Young hadn't voluntarily become a watcher. It was the Wolf clan that had excessively developed his pheromones. Why did they all want to isolate Yun Yi Young? Yang Huishan couldn't understand. "What benefits did that bastard give you? I clearly warned you. He's a cannibal wolf." The next second, Shicheng suddenly kicked him. "Who's the bastard?" "Don't you dare curse Yun Yi Young in front of me. If you want to curse someone, curse me. I'm his guardian." He even made a hand gesture to emphasize it, then quickly ran outside, thinking to himself that he shouldn't have used force. Later, he found assistant Yong Pei. "I messed up." Yong Pei looked puzzled. "What happened?" At that moment, Yang Huichan had already chased over. He asked Yong Pei if he had seen the dog that passed by. Yong Pei said he hadn't. At this moment, Shicheng had already transformed into a little dog, hiding behind Yong Pei. Yang Huichen was suspicious. "Really didn't see it?" Yong Pei solemnly replied that he hadn't, because his own scent was masking it. Yang Huichen didn't notice Shicheng hiding behind him. Strange. He shouldn't have gone far. Where did he go? Yang Huichen asked Yong Pei, "By the way, the dog that Yun Yi Young brought, are they really sleeping together?" Shicheng wanted to curse. Why is he still digging for details? Yong Pei said he couldn't answer that. Yang Huishan assumed it was true. Seeing how relentless he was, Shicheng thought, he probably wants to text Yun Yi Young even at midnight. The nurse coming to look for Yun Yi Young's guardian. Yong Pei took the opportunity to tell Yang Huichan that he had to go handle something, and then Yang Huichan also left. Shicheng finally breathed a sigh of relief. After entering the isolation room, the doctor told them that Yun Yi Young's pheromone level had temporarily dropped to 1018. But a pheromone shock could happen at any moment, so extra caution was needed. Don't overstimulate the patient these next few days. Let him rest properly. He might show signs of separation anxiety, so it's recommended that a partner stay by his side. A sense of security helps greatly. The pheromone reading had turned into the little dog's vacuum-like energy, barking loudly. The doctor told them to stay with the patient, talk to him, and help him wake up safely. Then he gently patted the little dog's head. "Please convey my instructions to the guardian," the doctor added. Once the doctor left, the assistant brought Shicheng in front of Yun Yi Young. Shicheng barked at him. "Get up and buy me some shrimp." Groggily, Yun Yi Young heard the little dog barking and slowly opened his eyes, seeing the little dog in front of him. "Have you been waiting for me?" The assistant placed Xicheng on Yun Yi-young's stomach. Xicheng flopped down on him, looking annoyed. I messed up. The assistant then explained to Yun Yi-young that the little dog had just declared to young Master Yang Huishan that they were in a romantic relationship, and then had kicked him hard in the calf. Yun Yi-young listened in disbelief. Xicheng was about to curse at the assistant, but Yun Yi-young laughed. Little dog, are you jealous? Well done. My little dog avenged me. At this point, Xicheng was so embarrassed he didn't want to speak. Yun Yi-young was extremely happy. My little dog lover can both seek revenge and get jealous. Xicheng thought he was truly insane. During their time in the hospital, a lot had changed at home. Upon entering the room, Xicheng was puzzled. Is this my room? Yun Yi-young said. Of course, just a little smaller than the master bedroom. Do you like it? Xicheng was annoyed. Why put something like this here? Do you think I'm really a little dog? Yun Yi-young smiled. You wanted a human bed, but you don't need it here. Xicheng thought about it and realized he didn't need one anyway, since he was sleeping in Yun Yi-young's bed. Yun Yi-young sighed. Finally, it feels like living together, right? But Xicheng didn't see it that way. Like a fool, he was settling himself in the wolf den. What's there to be excited about? He pulled his hand away. Don't just assign my room in your house like that. Yun Yi-young looked puzzled. Why? Xicheng explained. I'll eventually live independently anyway. I think of you as just a revenge partner. This relationship will end someday, so I don't want to owe you anything. I don't want to rely on anyone anymore. Seeing Yun Yi-young move closer, Xicheng was startled. Then Yun Yi-young cupped his face. Didn't we agree to live together forever? Xicheng said he never agreed to that. Yun Yi-young then took his hand and led him to the wardrobe. At least let me give you some clothes. Looking at the clothes, Xicheng was amazed. It was his first time receiving new clothes. Feels similar to what Yang Huichan wears. Thinking of Yang Huichan, Xicheng suddenly felt annoyed. Yun Yi-young, what's with that Yang Huichan? Why did you say the little dog avenged you just now? Yun Yi-young said. It's nothing. He was trying to kill me at the time. Xicheng was shocked. What? Yun Yi-young added. I dealt with his brother, so Yang Huichan had to cooperate with my sister and deliberately approach me. The leaders don't like anyone stronger than themselves. Xicheng asked, Aren't you upset? Your sister tried to kill you. Yun Yi-young countered, Little dog, do you feel upset? Xicheng tried to hold back tears. Of course not. Yun Yi-young smiled. It's fine. I never expected much from my family. Though I was a little angry after seeing the little dog, everything felt better. I'm done gambling now. So don't leave me alone. You're my guardian. He gently stroked Xicheng's hair, thinking that if he ever left here, Yun Yi-young would be alone again. To him, the whole world would have been just one lonely coin. The next day, with the pheromone levels rising again, the two of them returned to the hospital. Xicheng was extremely worried. If this keeps up, what if he suffers another pheromone? Shock? I thought it was just separation anxiety. Are we really going to play this kind of game? Thinking this, Xicheng felt like he was losing his mind. At that moment, he heard someone talking on the phone. It sounded like Yang Huikan. Why is that guy here again? Then, he even bumped into him. Xicheng immediately turned and walked away. He wanted that disgusting person as far from him as possible. Seeing Xicheng approach, Yongpei asked, Is there something you need? Xicheng originally said no, but then told him he wanted to go to a cafe. So Yongpei led him there. On the way, Xicheng asked, How did you end up working with the Wolf Clan? Yongpei said that the clan had personally hired him. Xicheng was curious if there was a special reason. Yongpei revealed that he had killed wolves. Xicheng listened with admiration, so he was hired purely for his own strength. He's a canine who killed wolves? That's impressive. At that moment, Yongpei patted his head. Xicheng's face turned slightly red. Ever since then, this guy seems to care about me. Suddenly, a dog appeared in the distance. Xicheng recognized it. It was the dog from the casino, someone who used to be close to him. Xicheng wanted to approach, but Yongpei quickly blocked him. "You can't just leave," Xicheng said. "I just want to confirm something. Wait a moment. It'll only take a minute." Thinking about that dog, and that he even came in his original form, Xicheng assumed it must be something urgent to say. Even if it was revenge, he couldn't just let him go. Seeing he couldn't stop him, Yongpei also reverted to his original in form and quickly chased after him. They ran into a deserted area, but Xicheng still got separated. Yongpei bit onto his clothes and pulled him back. Xicheng reassured him, "It's fine." Then that dog appeared again, and Xicheng hurried to follow. Suddenly, a few canines appeared ahead. "You traitor! Do you think betraying us and siding with the Wolf Clan will keep you safe?" Xicheng recognized them. They were all people from the casino before. "Were you sent by Park Jeontae to take me out? Your intelligence is always so delayed. How did you know I was with the Wolf Clan?" They didn't answer his question, and immediately moved to attack. Yongpei immediately blocked one canine strike for Xicheng. Seeing the other dogs charging, Xicheng realized that turning his back would be even more dangerous. "Looks like I'll have to sacrifice an arm." But suddenly, nothing happened. He saw that it was the Wolf Clan who had saved him. Xicheng slowly stepped back, then collided with someone. Yun Yi-young immediately held him. "Xicheng, why did you disappear all of a sudden again? Are you okay?" Xicheng saw how concerned. He looked. "I'm fine," Yun Yi-young said. "Because I found you." Xicheng worried that he might suffer a pheromone shock, so he hurried to help him calm down. "I'm not going far," Yun Yi-young said, gripping his hand. "You almost got hurt again. How could I stay calm?" After a long game, Xicheng felt sore all over. Yun Yi-young told him that the Wolf Clan's mating season lasts the entire winter. Xicheng immediately reverted to his little dog form and burrowed under the pillow. Yun Yi-young came over and patted his head. "So cruel. We just played a game together, and you're acting like this already. But you seemed happy." He tickled him lightly. Suddenly, Xicheng felt very sleepy, and soon fell asleep. Yun Yi-young also lay down to sleep beside him, already starting to snore. "Good night, little dog." At that moment, he received a message from Yang Huichan. Yi-young immediately took a photo with the little dog and sent it to Yang Huikan. "This guy really has nothing better to do," he thought after. Sending it, he tossed his phone aside and continued lying next to the little dog. Looking at the sleeping little dog, Yun Yi-young thought about Yang Huichan and asked the little dog if he knew his ugliest side. Then he recalled the day Xicheng had said he wouldn't go anywhere else and wouldn't leave him. Looking at such an adorable little dog, Yun Yi-young couldn't help but bite his ear. The next moment, Xicheng pushed him away with his paw, but Yun Yi-young still leaned in for a kiss. Smelling him, he remembered the first time they met. It was that same little dog scent. At the time, he thought it was just a chance encounter, but now he felt like they were truly destined to be together. Sometimes he couldn't believe it. The aggressive side he despised in himself completely disappeared around him. It was so wonderful to have someone love him for his whole self. By the evening, Xicheng had finally slept enough. He stretched lazily, and, in appreciation of Yun Yi-young's careful care over the past 2 days, decided not to retaliate. Looking around, he wondered, where did Yun Yi-young go? The scent was still so close. Suddenly, he noticed the bed moving under his feet. Then he realized Yun Yi-young had reverted to his wolf form again. Xicheng quickly transformed back into human form, but he looked remarkably well behaved. "Are you fully awake now?" Xicheng asked. Yun Yi-young was still smiling, though it was hard to tell if it was genuine or a subtle threat. Xicheng reached out to touch his fur, and Yun Yi-young leaned into him, clearly enjoying it. Xicheng found him irresistibly cute and Hey, soft. Why can you behave so well now? But last time you acted like that, he asked. Suddenly, Yoon Yi-young pounced on Sicheng, nuzzling and licking his cheek affectionately. He told Sicheng that he was able to maintain his rationality in his original form for the first time in 10 years. Sicheng asked, "So, in all these 10 years, you've been enduring pheromone shocks?" Yoon Yi-young explained, "With the help of a lot of medical support, yes, you could say so." Then Yoon Yi-young's phone rang. Sicheng quickly told him to check it. Yoon Yi-young muttered, "Thanks to that chatty Yang Hui-chan." Sicheng leaned over. What did Yang Hui-kan do now? Yoon Yi-young showed him the phone. It was a message from his mother. "I heard you have a partner now. Is it true?" She also sent a photo. "Is this the canine?" Sicheng looked at the photo. It was him. Yoon Yi-young said, "The wolf clan is strictly monogamous. We need to get married." Sicheng froze. "What? We're getting married already?" Yoon Yi-young looked aggrieved. "It was you, my dear, who pounced. On me first. Are you going to deny it now?" Sicheng was exasperated. "I never thought of it that way." Yoon Yi-young was delighted. "So you wanted to try a few more times before making your decision, huh?" Yoon Yi-young looked aggrieved. "I've always been sincere, you know." Sicheng didn't know what to say for a moment. At that moment, Yoon Yi-young's phone rang. He squirmed. "Darling, can you check what's on my phone for me?" Sicheng was stunned when he saw the message. It was from Yoon Yi-young's mother, saying she wanted to meet the parents. Sicheng wondered why she was being so proactive. Yoon Yi-young explained that it was all political maneuvering. Seeing Sicheng confused, he elaborated. Making a seemingly weak canine the partner of a monitor would help suppress the monitor's abilities. Hearing this, Sicheng felt his blood boil. "You think I'm weak?" Yoon Yi-young quickly reassured him. "No, of course not. I think my darling is incredibly capable." At this point, Sicheng could no longer stay calm. Seeing this, Yoon Yi-young quickly slipped away. "Darling, calm. Down. Let me tell you. At the Wolf Clan estate, my sister is having dinner with our mother. Mom thinks Yi-young should have a partner, and my sister believes it's not just that. Correcting a disorderly household is also the head's duty. Looks like their relationship is deeper than we thought. You know the Wolf Clan is monogamous, right? Please, mother, help me here." Meanwhile, Yoon Yi-young brought Sicheng to the grooming salon. "Are you still upset? A grooming session always lifts the mood. Plus, we need to get you ready." At that moment, the staff called out, "Little dog's owner, please come. What service would you like today?" Yoon Yi-young replied, "Trim the little dog's nails and give him a basic grooming set." The staff looked at the little dog in his arms. His fur was all flattened. Yoon Yi-young recalled finding the sleeping little dog under the couch that morning and couldn't help but laugh. "My child is quite lively." The staff said, "That's very healthy. Let's start with a bath. Could you wait here for a moment?" Yoon Yi-young felt a little disappointed. "My little dog has separation anxiety." Sicheng was speechless. "Isn't it you who has separation anxiety?" The staff allowed him to stay nearby and watch. Sicheng was fuming. This guy really had no filter. After a while, looking at his reflection in the mirror, Sicheng was stunned by the completely transformed little dog. Yoon Yi-young asked, "How do you feel? Do you like it? After this, we'll go buy some clothes." Sicheng was thrilled. On the way he asked, "Why are you so invested in grooming me and buying clothes for meeting my parents?" Yoon Yi-young hugged him. "What else could it be for? This look suits you perfectly, darling. You like it too, right?" Sicheng quickly told him to stop changing the subject. Then Yoon Yi-young explained seriously, "What I said before. They think you and I are incompatible, so they force us to stay together. My weakness would be a gentle partner who would also fall into a state where they completely can't control their pheromones. But actually, it's not like that, is it?" Sicheng listened and realized he was right. Now that you can maintain rationality in your original form, They never expected this. Yoon Yi-young pulled him close. And our enemies have started joining forces against us. Shicheng wondered, could it be Park Yeon-tae? Then he remembered. At the hospital, he had seen Yang Huishan making a phone call, and afterward, he had spotted that dog from the casino. Yoon Yi-young told him that the information came from Yang Huitian. Shicheng asked, if the Wolf Clan leader really has connections with Park Geon-tae, what do you plan to do? Yoon Yi-young answered firmly, of course, we have to deal with him. After all, they dared to lay a hand on my little dog. Hearing this, Shicheng couldn't help but twitch his ears in understanding. Let's go see your sister, he said. Seeing him like that, Yoon Yi-young couldn't resist and gave him a quick kiss. All right, darling, let's go meet the parents together. They then headed to the Wolf Clan's ancestral home. Surrounded by so many wolves, Shicheng asked curiously, can they really be left to roam like this? Yoon Yi-young reassured him, it's fine. Shicheng pointed at a low wall nearby. What if they run into the mountains and cause trouble? Yoon Yi-young explained, the mountains are part of our estate too. Shicheng was speechless. Yoon Yi-young grabbed his hand. As long as there's a palm here, they will never leave the territory. They might attack intruders though. Saying this, he lightly bit Shicheng's hand. Shicheng was startled. What was that for? Yoon Yi-young explained. If any high-ranking wolf approaches you, let them smell the spot I just bit. That way, they won't attack. Shicheng tested it by letting a nearby wolf sniff his hand. Sure enough, it didn't attack. The group then followed the wolf, and Shicheng found himself surrounded by a pack. This feels amazing, he thought. After walking for a while, they sat down to rest. So happy. That Han-woo is so handsome, Shicheng muttered. Yoon Yi-young told him, the clan leader will return tomorrow. Let's just stay here for today. Shicheng was surprised. Is it just the two of us in this huge house? Yoon Yi-young smiled. Of course. Shicheng thought, this is incredible. Yoon Yi-young told him he would first greet his mother and then come back. Meanwhile, his brother was chatting with their mother. Seeing Yoon Yi-young arrive, the brother subtly tried to assert dominance. Their mother said to Yoon Yi-young, I've heard about it. The other party really is a canine. As a monitor, you understand Wolf Clan rules better than anyone. That's enough. Marrying a mixed breed isn't easy for reproduction. At that moment, the brother tried to interfere, but their mother insisted that rules are rules. Regardless of breed, he has chosen his partner. Listening to the conversation, Yoon Yi-young was not surprised. That rule doesn't affect me anyway. Once I return to my original form, it's hard for me to maintain rationality. How would reproduction even matter? Hearing this, his brother sneered. Yoon Yi-young added, but after finding a partner, I've changed a little. Their mother, it asked, you mean you can now maintain rationality even in your original form? Yoon Yi-young said, we still need to observe. Then he looked at his brother. If I can maintain rationality in my original form, who do you think is the most dangerous person? His brother got furious. Are you threatening me? Yoon Yi-young remained calm. Threatening? What do you mean? It sounds like you've done something guilty. He finished his tea, slammed the cup down and said, I'm leaving. My lover is waiting for me. Tae-young, you seem really interested in my little dog. You've been asking around, huh? I've already brought him over. You can greet him in person later, Yoon Yi-young said. After stepping outside and looking at the moon, Yoon Yi-young wondered aloud. I wonder what the little dog is doing now. Shicheng wasn't idle. He wandered around the estate and discovered many kinds of rare wine he had never seen before. I wonder what would happen if I opened one. I really want to try. Suddenly, Shicheng felt a bit sad. Yongpei, can you understand? How it feels to be doubted just because someone is too good to me? Yongpei apologized. I don't really understand. Shicheng thought about meeting Yoon Yi-young's parents and the Wolf Clan's monogamous system, feeling uneasy. Yoon Yi-young had brought the little dog home the first time and taken care of him with utmost care. There was no reason for it. Yet the more he treated Sicheng well, the more Sicheng remembered being abandoned as a child. Past experiences left him confused, constantly feeling as if Yoon Yi-young was playing with him. When he returned, he unexpectedly saw this scene. Sicheng, looking dazed and unsteady, was crouched on the ground, gently stroking a wolf. "You look so much like Yoon Yi-young," Sicheng murmured. Suddenly, he heard Yoon Yi-young calling his name. Sicheng turned and realized it really was him. Without hesitation, he lunged straight into his arms, feeling the coolness of Sicheng's body. "How long have you been out there?" Yoon Yi-young asked, his face darkening. Dizzy, Sicheng could only reply, "I don't know." Yoon Yi-young shot a black look at the surrounding bodyguards. "Why are you back only now?" "Lately, why do you always leave me alone?" Sicheng mumbled. "Yoon." Yi-young petted his head affectionately. "What's wrong? Do you understand me, little dog?" Sicheng shook his head. "No. Whatever it is, I just won't admit it." Yoon Yi-young scooped him up in his arms. "No need to stay so stubborn," he murmured, carrying him back to the room and gently placing him on the bed. Sicheng rolled around happily. "Ah, it's so comfortable." "Now you can't drink anymore, darling. You're still in recovery," Yoon Yi-young reminded him. "Your digestion isn't good, and you might even vomit while sleeping." Sicheng groaned. "You're so noisy." He suddenly sat up. "What are you doing?" Yoon Yi-young lifted one of his feet. "I'm your lover. Can't I take off your socks?" Half asleep, Sicheng lay back down. "What are you talking about? I never agreed to be your lover." Yoon. Yi-young frowned slightly, feeling a little disappointed. "My little dog is the type who takes things step by step, huh?" Sicheng stared at him in astonishment. "It's so strange." "From the very beginning, I never understood why you liked me. I've always been just a little pup in front of you." Yoon Yi-young chuckled at him. "You even know that. You really are smart." Suddenly, Sicheng's expression turned serious. "Even so, you still like me." Yoon Yi-young thought for a moment. "Maybe I've always liked the bad boys," he said, planting a soft kiss on Sicheng's forehead. "Actually, I've been paying attention to you for a long time. Probably since you first stepped into the casino. You know, my bloodline is strongly wolf, and I maintained my original form for a long time as a child. So even in human form, I'm extremely sensitive to pheromones. But then I met a beast so close, and I could only smell pure, clean scents." Sicheng asked softly. "A little dog?" "Yes," Yoon Yi-young said seriously. "Little dog. I'm not joking. That day just breathing felt easy. If it hadn't been you, I might have gone into a pheromone shock, killed everyone, and then killed myself." Sicheng frowned. "Is your body really like that?" Yoon Yi-young shook his head. "I was born only to like little dog. I have. Only little dog." Sicheng stayed silent for a moment, thinking, I wouldn't believe it if he said it. Yoon Yi-young looked puzzled. "Why not?" Sicheng explained. "Park Jaeon-tae was nice to me at first. He even said I was his only family. But after getting involved with that beautiful sister, he changed. I can understand being abandoned by my parents because I was weak and sick. But this time I really tried. I endured things I didn't want to, trying to be useful." "How could I know you might do the same in the future?" Hearing this, Yoon Yi-young didn't know what to say. Suddenly, he saw Sicheng transform back into his little dog form and start crying. Yoon Yi-young's heart ached as he scooped him into his arms, comforting him, wiping away his tears. "Little dog, it's okay if you don't believe me. When you're ready to trust me, you will. Everything I've done is of my own will, so it doesn't matter." After a while, exhausted from crying, Sicheng finally fell asleep. Yoon Yi-young looked down at the little dog in his hands. Just now, he had cried like a newborn puppy, wailing, non-stop. It was clear how much he had weakened until now. Should I just finish him off right now? He thought. But before he could, Xicheng suddenly bit him lightly and began licking his fingers. Yun Yi-young immediately sensed something was off. He quickly went to take a shower to calm himself down. When he came out, he saw Xicheng had returned to his human form, and his heart skipped a beat. Noticing him shivering, he stepped closer. What's wrong? Xicheng turned his head. My eyes. They're swollen like steamed buns. Tomorrow we're meeting the parents. How can I go like this? The proud fighter's face looked completely ruined. Behind him, Yun Yi-young struggled to stifle a laugh. He grabbed an ice pack and placed it gently over Xicheng's eyes. This should help a lot, he said, thinking that he couldn't let him drink any more outside. He tucked him in with the blanket carefully. The next morning, Xicheng woke up, groggy, his head spinning. He crawled out from under Yun Yi-young's clothes, suddenly recalling everything from the previous day. What did I do yesterday? For a proud fighter like him, this was completely unacceptable. His head still throbbed as he pressed on Yun Yi-young, calling for him to get up. My stomach. It feels awful. Hearing the little dog's movements, Yun Yi-young slowly opened his eyes. Darling, are you feeling sick? You drank yesterday, didn't you? Xicheng frowned. Why does he understand what I'm saying? Yun Yi-young put him down and immediately called his assistant for some honey water and food. At that moment, Xicheng bit his tail lightly. How can you understand what I just said? He asked. Yun Yi-young blushed slightly. Are you hinting at me? Xicheng wanted to curse. What is he even saying? He quickly released his bite. Yun Yi-young teased him. Darling, you touched my tail first, didn't you? Xicheng explained, I just bit it because it was in front of me. During breakfast, Yun Yi-young still had Xicheng sitting on his lap, feeding him gently. Xicheng was dumbfounded. When I'm a little dog or a human, is there really no difference, in his eyes? He asked again, How did you understand what I said just now? Yun Yi-young pulled him into his arms. Because I wanted to know what the little dog's sounds meant when he was uncomfortable. I asked Yongpei and memorized it. Xicheng was surprised at how meticulous Yun Yi-young was. He looked calm and easygoing, but he had been paying attention to every detail. Xicheng thought, if I met someone like him, I'd probably get bored. Immediately, Xicheng wondered, how can he always be like this? He asked Yun Yi-young, Anyway, you're my benefactor. Is there anything you need me to do? When it came to meeting the parents, Yun Yi-young asked him if it felt like a burden. Xicheng admitted it was a bit. Yun Yi-young immediately said it wasn't necessary to worry. He could go along. Anyway, if I go, it's just to warn them. You're my benefactor. Xicheng felt that since they were already here, he should go too, though he was also curious about what exactly Yun Yi-young wanted to warn them about. Yun Yi-young's expression turned serious. You're the person I treasure most. I even brought you to meet my parents. I need to warn them not to lay a hand on you. But now, I kind of regret it. I almost don't want to bring you to meet them. Xicheng looked puzzled. Why? Yun Yi-young replied softly. Because I only want you to see my good side. Xicheng gave him a deadpan look. When have you ever shown me your good side? Yun Yi-young cupped his face. No matter what anyone says over there, I'll only believe the you I see with my own eyes. Really? Yun Yi-young asked. Xicheng nodded firmly. A fighting dog doesn't speak empty words. That night, they really went to meet the yaoi's parents. Xicheng felt a little uneasy. Is meeting parents always like this? The moment his sister spoke, there was a subtle edge to her words. Looks like you and the dog people match well. Yun Yi-young shot back smoothly. I didn't expect you all to even bring engagement rings. Perhaps because I'm nobody? Seeing you both so well prepared makes me quite happy. Their mother interjected, asking them to speak less and focus on eating first. She looked at Xicheng and added, Relax and just enjoy the meal. Xicheng tensed up immediately. Okay, thank you so much. He couldn't help but wonder, is it fine to just eat like this? Should I do something? He discreetly added more meat to Yoon Yi-young's plate in front of everyone. Yoon Yi-young watched for a moment, then began cheekily taking advantage of the situation, treating Gicheng just as he would at home. Xicheng recalled what Yoon Yi-young had said last night. When meeting the parents, just act as usual and let them see how much you care about me. Resigned, Xicheng complied. Their mother seemed very pleased. It looks like you and Yi-young have a good relationship. I was worried it might be too rushed, but maybe we could have other family members meet him later too. Hearing this, Xicheng didn't know how to respond. Yoon Yi-young squeezed his hand reassuringly. He glanced at Yang Huichan's family across the table, people who had already known and raised his little dog for 5 years.